Let's take a look at background privacy rights in employment law. Negligent hiring claims are premised on employers not doing enough to screen out unfit employees. But is it possible for employers to do too much and delve so deeply into the backgrounds of applicants as to invade their privacy? In a case involving NASA contract employees, the Supreme Court left open the possibility that employees enjoy a constitutional right to informational privacy when being subjected to background checks by government agencies. The contract employees, scientists, engineers, and administrative personnel were, in the aftermath of the 9/11 terrorist attacks, subjected to extensive background checks required of federal employees. They specifically objected to detailed questions about prior drug treatment and broad, open ended inquiries into their fitness for service directed to former employers, landlords, neighbors, and other sources. The court assumed that a constitutional right to privacy exists in the context of background checks, but found that the challenged inquiries were reasonable and served legitimate government security and employment interests. Furthermore, the government was not required to show the necessity of its inquiries or that the questions were no more intrusive than necessary. Thus, any constitutional limits on invasive background checks, which would apply only when the government and not a private employer is doing the questioning, are not likely to be very stringent. Ironically, the validation of their privacy concerns that NASA contract employees failed to obtain from the Supreme Court may have come from subsequent events. An interesting postscript to their legal case occurred in 2012 when a NASA laptop was stolen from a parked car. The laptop contained unencrypted personnel information like birth dates and social security numbers and other information from background checks of perhaps as many as 40,000 current and former agency and contract employees. Gathering sensitive information on employees and job candidates necessarily raises questions about whether there'll be secure storage and handling of that information.